chill paint sesh. I'm going to try to do some fast work, some speed work. I'm going to use my gouache primarily, but I'm going to use watercolors and inks and highlighters and whatever. And I'm going to show you my inspiration stuff really quickly because that's fun too. And we're going to do 3 pieces because I always like to let 3, art journals because I like to let things dry. So I'll show you that in a second. But we're going to be doing floral stuff tonight, and I want to just kind of work really fast. So I'm going to use a combination of this one, and I'm also going to do inspiration from this piece that I thrifted that has poppies. Sorry about the reflection on there. I don't know how to I don't know how to stop that. Oh, there, that works. So poppies, aren't those just so precious? I just think they're so pretty. So we're going to use that, and then also this thing that I thrifted. And it's a little cloisonne enamel, beautiful like colors and stuff. I like that. It's like deep blue on the inside. I just think the vivid colors and the gold texture, and I don't know, I might use some masking fluid, whatever. So let's get started. Time is a wasting. I just want to jump in, and I'm looking forward to if somebody pops in here and chats with me, because that's part of the fun. So I'm going to find you guys on here. Let's see if we actually have a live video yet. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Let me get that going. And you guys can go over here and come on down. And it says right there, I see you. So now I can see what you're looking at. And I'll get you a good seat in the house. And did you hear that deep sigh? I think my body always knows when I get in here. I don't know if you guys were with me on the last draw with me, but I got this cool texture on here, which was so cool with acrylic paints, and I love it. So I'm not going to do a double, I don't think. I'm just going to do one side, and maybe it'll spill over to the other side. So I'm going to move this and get started. I think I'm going to do poppies on this. Actually, let's just do the whole thing poppies. And I got these little clips out of a jewelry jar, and I'm not sure how effective they are. Like, are they too tiny? They're kind of cute. They're more fun to look at, but yeah, so flowers in here. Oh, I love this paper. I forget how much I like it. I guess I like the big clips because they hold both sides. This one you have to do 2, but they are more fun to look at. So we might just do them anyways, right? Have a little fun there. And this one is my gratitude one. So I usually come back in and I do gratitude stuff over the top. I don't mind writing inside of my art. So we're going to do that. And welcome in, you guys. It's good to see you. Maybe if somebody wants to chat with me a little bit, I'm going to do a better angle here. I want you to be able to see around my hands moving. We got to get this cord out of the way. Sorry for the wiggle. Yeah, so let's get going. Let's make some color happen. So again, I'm going to use the poppies in the big book here for my inspiration. Sorry for the clank. Do this and I don't think you guys can see these over here, but we're going to use these over here, these flowers, as inspiration for the other one. But we're just going to haul off and get started. I want some dark with light, and I actually had so much fun with my pastels, my pastel chalks. We might just have to get that out. So I want to use some of this blue. Like I said, I want to get a really deep background going on, but I'm going to knock it back because everybody says that blue is a little bit intense on its own. So we're just going to kind of do this and get some of this going on. This one doesn't like a lot of water. I figured that out many times, and every time I start, I remember because the way the paper feels. So we'll get some color in there. Ooh, maybe I want to do a little bit of the, if somebody just says hello, it's easier for me to know I'm actually chatting with you. Where are you at? You guys are up late with me, so, oh, I've opened this before. Come on. Open, 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 open. Oh, this is masking fluid, if I can get it open. There we go. Let's get some swirls on this, and we'll let those dry as we I don't actually know. I'm not very experienced with this stuff, but let's get some textures in here since I've already colored on this. We'll get those drying and out and about as we go. I'll just do some like vine. I guess they can go over the blue, right? Okay. And let's get that brush clean. And I have a little table down here you guys can't see. So if it's off to the side, it's because it's drying. And we want to move fast, so I always have to let things dry in waves, kind of. So we are using our gouache tonight. That was the goal. Let's use up some gouache. I love gouache for its opacity. Gouache is watercolor that is, but it's more opaque, and so it holds the color intensity a little better, which actually is really nice for me because I tend to um, like vivid. You know, you'll see me layer up here as we go. So you guys seeing okay? I feel like I got that ring. Let's see if we can do this just a little bit better. All right. This book that I'm using as inspiration should almost go on the other side so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So let me rearrange real fast. I don't usually, every time I use different size inspiration books and different size art journals, I have like a whole bunch of art journals started because I actually want to fill up a whole bunch of them in my own personal practice. My goal right now is actually just to get better. And so I'm seriously just logging time, and that's the goal, is to just log lots and lots of time. So I'm probably going to get this book wet because I'm going to do it right over the top here, but that's okay. In fact, maybe we'll just put this right on that just to catch that ahead of time. And I brought this because, oh boy, did those chalks get my hands messy last time. So we're going to just use watercolor. I'll just get some splashies down. I'll get some vividness. We want some vivid color to get dry in behind the scenes. Let the watercolor do its thing a little bit. I do better when I look at something, but also I want tonight to have a sense of play and just really just doing mark making. And yeah, I'm a novelist, and so I'm on deadline, and I've been creating a lot. So this is like an inflow for me to sit down and work on my books, and it actually relaxes me enough that it makes me sleep better. Okay, I actually wanted to do some more. No, maybe I don't want to wait for it to dry. So do you guys ever not want to wait for something to dry, so you change up your plan? Okay, sorry, bonked you again. So I'm going to use my Neo 2 colors because I think I can get away with those on top of my wet. That's these guys, Neo 2s. And hello, have some of you guys been in here before? I've done this fairly regularly. I'm always a late night gal, and I like the chats, but I'm not sure if I've actually seen you guys before. These are a little bit waxy. They're a pastel. I think they're a pastel. They're water-based, and they're waxy, but they have a distinct, I don't know, feel to them. And I love using them. They're not always easy to paint over the top. Like, they're waxy enough stuff that's almost better if you come in with these guys at the end. But I told you this was going to be a bit of a fastie. And this is still the ugly phase, so you got to give me grace because it's coming. I wonder if I have more paper towels over here because I want to soak that up. That's right in the seam. Sometimes those seams on these books goes through. I'm been doing art journals for 2 years. This June was 2 years. I can hardly believe that. And my goal is to log hours and just slowly but surely get better. And I don't think you can get better unless you actually do it. So fast work is a pleasure to me. That's kind of what we're doing. We're going to do some fast work. Hit this intensity in here. Ooh, let's go ahead and get some orange. You guys are ready for some vivid orange? All right, here we go. Hang on to your hats. Here it comes. Oh, I'm happy. That is a delight to my soul. All right, so we're going to use the watercolor pencil in green. I love these two. I think there's something controllable about them. We're going to get a little seed head in here. And we'll shoot that bad boy down. Oops. And get some stems going here. I like to get them wet so they have a little bit more juice in them. And do I have any painters in the house? All right. I wonder if this yellow might just work as a marked out thing, but we might get some center in here. Oh gosh, this is just fun already. My beaded bracelets are cheap and fake, but they're clanking, and so I'm sorry if that's bugging anybody. I'll have to not wear them next time. I wonder if I should take those off. Okay, so we'll just take a second to breathe. Yeah, I am an all over the place YouTuber. I enjoy doing so many different things, and so I don't think I'm everybody's cup of tea, but I definitely I do, I just did the jewelry jar videos. I actually thrift and resell, and do the book writing, do all these things. I just like lots of creative pursuits, but I found gold and I did a video about that because it was just fun. So it's probably not your cup of tea if you're here for the art, but aren't those sparkly and pretty? We'll just leave them there. They don't clank if I leave them there. They don't drive me crazy. Okay, so we got a base here. I kind of like this pink that's already here, and we're doing gouache. Okay, so one of the things that people say is they're like, if they get overwhelmed, they like to do a limited palette. And, but the thing is, I'm not sure I get overwhelmed yet. Like, I am loving every second that I get to spend doing paint, like arting, like mark making, whatever. So I'm like, what the heck? Why would you limit me? This is so fun. I'm enjoying all the textures and layers. And so I don't know, like, I guess they also are usually doing it professionally. So they hit like the burnout phases and they overthink things, which I think that the painting for me, I'm not planning on selling my paint. I'm not planning on working in that direction. And so no pressure, I guess. So I just don't feel it the same, I think, as they do. And at least not in the seasons that I've been in yet. We'll see what happens. I can understand refueling your creativity because I do that with my book world for sure. I liked that better before. But also, I think this fills me up for my book writing, so it's like a different feel. Ooh, kind of like that. Let's shove that watercolor around, get a little bit of texture in there. This is a knife. I think you're supposed to use it for oils. I have all the stuff for oils, and I'm totally intimidated. So if anybody's an oil painter, give me a word of encouragement. I'm so intimidated. I literally have everything, and I have the nice quality and expensive stuff. I have my mom's stuff. And on top of that, and I'm like still just so intimidated. I think it's the cleanup. I'm afraid of ruining my brushes by not knowing how to clean up. And I don't know. It's just all right. We got to let that, I'm going to over fuss with that. We're going to let that sit for a minute. I don't really know where I'm going with this. I was faking it until I make it. Haha. But the gouache, do we want any more gouache in there before we do? I think I do. I want some greener. This greens aren't quite the ones I want. So let's get some brighter pops in here. So these will be underneath the flowers. We'll put flowers over the top. So this is my like border and base for what's coming, right? Let's get some leaves in here. I'm following less of a structure, a little bit more ad lib, and sometimes that gets me into trouble. But like I said, kind of a mark making phenom over here. I got to babysit my grandbabies today. Does it count babysitting when it's your own grandbabies? feels like it should be called something else because babysitting sounds like work. Okay, we're gonna pull this one. I hope I left. Oops, I hope I left the. This stuff is not really dry, but hopefully it's dry enough. We're going for poppies on this one, and we started with blue. And this is the paper that doesn't really like water, but we're still gonna do it anyways. So let's get some like really neon bright green. That's actually what I love about all of these is the colors are just so intense. Yes, please. I'm an 80s girl. Give me the bright lipstick every time. It's pretty fun. This is from the page before. This was a gift art journal from my kids for Christmas, and it's only okay paper. I'm still learning what I like and what I don't like with paper. This isn't really a color I'm going to do much with, but let's get some accents to draw attention in. And okay, so we want to get some very vivid greens. Again, it's a gouache night. I'm trying to give myself a base to paint the beautiful poppies on. So we'll make this into a first seed head there, and seed head over here. Yeah, we'll get that. And this will change as we go here, but let's get some moody darker going on here too. Maybe I'll do that scratchy. I like this brush when it dries out. It leaves like weird marks. I kind of like them. Like a paintbrush leaves paintbrush marks. How profound is that? All right. Did you guys have a good 4th? This is the 4th of July weekend that I'm making this. And we got good family gather-ups. And we live in a very rural area, so we have a good old buckaroo with all the cowboys from towns come out and they find their way. Yeah, so there we go. We're getting some shapes in there. All right, so we're gonna let this sit up a little bit, and then we'll get some dry and going on. I want some darks in here still first. I'm obviously not afraid to mix my colors and make a little bit of a mess. Okay, that rub off stuff I'm hoping isn't too intense for this paper, because that can be a thing, right? If the paper rubs off with it. So hopefully I don't ruin it at the end, but I'm bracing you just in case that happens, okay? Oh, I kind of realized that all my seed heads are going in the same direction. So let's do one up here and make it go the other way, huh? Whoopsie doopsie, whoopsie doopsie. We did a weirdo thing there by making them all go in the same direction. Yeah, mixing it in, mixing in. Oops, that went really long. Oopsie doopsie. Almost dropped my brush. Okay, we're gonna let that sit and dry. What do you think so far? Abstract. I always give creds, but my stuff never turns out to look anywhere close to what I'm most inspired by. So, all right, let's go back to these bad boys. And what are we gonna add in here? So I want vivid. I love these bright pinks and reds and all of this. This is so happy to me. So, and I feel a little muted here. So how are we going to get that bright color to pop? I think we'll use, yeah, layers of, we'll just pretend this is going to have, that almost looks like a fuchsia. Again, I'm not really trying to, these are just inspirations. We're not trying to copy anything because I ain't got time for that. It's too much work. I'll let the realist stay in there. Like I said, I want to go fast and just get really good at using the materials, right? All right, so that's a base flower. I'm kind of liking it. Do you guys like? You like? You like? Give me thumbs up. Obviously, you're not chitty chat people in here tonight, but you can give me a little thumbs up to tell me that you like what I'm doing. All right, I'm not needy. That sounded needy. I'm okay if you don't do that. Life is good over here. Okay, let's get this one with a little bit more spikiness. Spiky baby. Let's go spiky, spiky, spiky. Yeah, baby. That was fun. I enjoyed doing that one. That was fun to make. Okay, so one of the things I was liking about this is the contrast of the black in there. So do I want straight black? Probably not. So let's get a black and let's mix a little bit of maybe that blue in there, just so it has a little bit of something in it to knock it back a tiny bit. But let's get in here and get darks down, make a contrast happen. I don't want to do the whole thing, but we'll get some lippity-doo layers. Oops. All right. Gotta let that sit or I'm going to overwork. That's where we are. It looks nothing like my inspiration except that it's flowers, but I like it so far. Okay. So we're going to do this one. This is going to be a fast night, I think. Okay. So I'm happy with my gouache up here. I don't know the name of this gouache anymore. I think it has a fancy, like, that's the name. But it's very amazing. It's expensive, but there's a reason. And I've used the heck out of it and I still have it. So we're going to do some greenery in here with this. Give me some good scribble technicians. Give me some softer marks here. We'll get some, just a little bit there. Ooh, I could probably see how this yellow would hold up in the middle of these. Again, watercolor pencils. Oop, that went through the paper, so that's too rough on soft paper. We have these watercolor crayons, which these are really squishy when you use them. Oh, I love using those. Oh, they're so fun. Oh my gosh. We're going to have to do let's do a little cluster of yellows over on this one. I'm not sure I'm going to turn those into shapes, just get that undertone. I actually kind of liked that little color accent in there. Give your eyeballs some pleasure. Pleasure. All right, that's the best description of these is slickery. Ah, joy, joy. What a day. Full of goodness. Okay, I'm going to use my new discovery. These things will make my hands absolutely destroyed. I have these, but these are hard to paint on top of, but these are just super cool. This was my mother's set, and I didn't know how much I liked them. I wonder if that sits on top. Oh, it does. It sits right on top. Okay. So I put it on top of my gouache over here so I can see what happens. But let's get these sassy colors going here. Do I have a sassy orange? I kind of want a sassy orange. All right. Yeah, just get a little bit of that in there. Oh my goodness, it was so fun. Look how much that pops it right out. All right, so we want to get more vivid reds going here. What do you guys think? Oops, this is still soft paper up here. Careful, careful. Don't ruin it. Oh, that's pretty overworked. Yeah, this little book. This was like one of those ones that you bought with the little teeny tiny magnet art plein air kit, where you can go outside And the little thing holds so very little paint. For me, it's not a good fit because I just use way more stuff than that. So wasn't a very good fit for me. I've been struggling lately because I like to put black mark and line on there, but it doesn't work. Once you get the paper this wet and squishy, my pens are not even rolling. Like I can't even. So I've been trying to do different things like this. Like this is I love these crystal, Bic crystal ones. They're like so cheap. They're like the cheapest art supply ever. And they're really amazing. I like them. And you can actually do a little water over them and they will hold their shape, where some of the other ones will fuzz around and bleed a little bit. But I want to get a little bit of darken in here. Give me some structure. Let's get these little guys. Yeah, now remember this is my my gratitude journal, so I will actually come in and write on this too. So I kind of want to leave myself a little spot where black writing would show up. Don't like this one top yet, and this book is falling apart too, so we will have, I put tape on some of the pages, but look, this is like not holding up, but we're still going to persist. But I will not be recommending this. It's falling apart. Okay, what do we want to do? We want to add, what color would go in here and pop? Maybe this. Still don't like it. And it's because of this paper. Look at that. It's terrible. Actually, I think what I'm going to have to do is get color that sits on the top. I'm going to reach, sorry. Let's get some acrylic. I'm just going to use good old red. And we're not going to use a ton of it. We're just going to put it over the top and try to be on top of that funky paper. Funky paper. All right, let's see here. Let's do this. Oh yeah, give me some chunky fat boy layers. Chunky fat boy layers, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the paint. Ooh, yes, that's so much better. All right, I'm not going to do much more. So I don't know if you can see this, but this was like wonderful for texture. So I had that crumply paper, but now I have a rich layer of paint. It's going to take, this will be done for the night. This will take a bit to dry, and I'll probably have to definitely spray this because it might touch down on this other side. I wonder if I can do just a little. Oh, there we go. I just did a little bit of that color on that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Let's do a little bit more right there. Just to give the another edge. All right, this one's done. It's kind of random there, but I kind of like it. So we'll just make a little choop. A little. Oh my goodness. This is why I do it. That was so fun. That was a good move. We really enjoyed that. Look at that thickness. Chunky lunk. Okay. This one, does it look this one? Look at all like the inspirations. That's what we're doing here. Yeah, we're in the zone. Not a dark background, light background. Okay, I definitely liked that pop. So this is done. Say goodnight. Good night. Get that one all done. Okay, I kind of liked doing these. I wonder if I can do that again. I'm going to put some light on these because I'm going to put another layer. Just, yes, this is so good. Oh, I don't have to be as tough. I'm always heavy-handed with this. There you go. And I need, the greens of this are kind of funny color. They're like fake looking. So last time I liked what I did when I got them wet. So let me dip that. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Well, it's a little bit busy. What do we think? That might have taken me over the top a tiny bit. But can we do center? Is there any? All right, so we got that in there. Wiping my knife off because I want to see if I can actually scratch this back. Can I shape this? I know, give it a leaf format. That gives me some texture in there, which this side wasn't really wet enough to do it. Thank you guys for watching. I'd appreciate some thumbs up if you can push those buttons. It would benefit me greatly. I'm not gonna ever be a big YouTuber because that just requires more than what I want to do. But I would love to have just a little bit of my channel waking up, you know. The little thumbs up helps. I'm gonna do just a dab in the middle here. I'm gonna catch these hearts, the hearts of these. And remember those yellows that I did here and here? We're gonna do the same thing. So I'm actually not gonna change that. I'm gonna leave that there. I feel like these are kind of still just sitting right on top of everything. So I don't like the way that looks. I'm gonna try to get the stems, but maybe use acrylics like this. So, but this is like very gonna sit on top because this is like, whoa. Well, that was a little bit much. And we're not gonna get that back. So we better work with it and make it a flower right there. We're not gonna get the acrylic to scoop back up. It is no watercolor, no way. There we go. Don't mind it though. Don't mind it at all. Don't mind it at all. It's getting pretty. It's gonna have to dry. I'm kind of wondering if I should leave it. Actually, what I want is to see. So here's the green that I want. These are cheap. I got this set from a garage sale and it's all the super cheap like Christmas package ones. So I've been using them heavy-handedly in my art journals because that's not a high priority art project for me. So what I want to do is, oop, that's exactly what I didn't want to do. Let's see me rescue it. That's enough paint for what I want to do. But I actually want to see if I can make leaf textures. Like, oh my gosh, I love that. Oh my gosh. So now let's do it. Not quite what I like there, but it was a little out of control already. So let's get just like leaves, you know, like does anybody else get what is anybody else picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Actually really like that. So that's gonna take forever to dry. So it'll dry off camera with you guys too. That was really fun. So I'm gonna call that one done too. I was thinking I would do a little bit more over here, but there's enough detail right here that this is making me happy. I'm good. So I want to show you. I was aiming for florals. I don't always do florals. I like to do lots of different nature things. I like to do portraits. I like to do all kinds of stuff. But this is what I was in the mood for tonight, and I'm really happy. Those are gorgeous. And I have been having to put a clear piece of tape like over this right here just to anchor it because I don't want this thing to fall apart. I actually want to fill up the whole thing. But I'm going to have to figure out how to be a little gentler on it. I don't know if you can actually reseal the seams. Can you put some glue down in there when it's dry and hope for a better return. All right, so those definitely have to dry. So now we're down to our poppies, our poppy page, and I'm going to close the big book and give myself a little more room here. Let's put some of the chalky chalks away. That's their technical name, chalky chalks. You heard it here first, people. All right, where is... Sometimes I do not know how did I get this out and there's not a spot for it to go back into. Like, I don't get how that works. Like, you have to just be crazy, I guess. Make a new one. Okay. Hand towel here. Oh, I forgot I put the the rub off stuff on here. So we're going to use this as our inspiration. This book we're done with. So you guys saw my final edition. Oh, and I told you I was going to get paint on my book, and I did, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. That's what happens, right? When you use it, when you use your supplies. Use your supplies. Okay, so I'm going to open up this for a new... This is my inspiration. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. Good. All right, we're going to get a fresh thing of water out right here. Clickety click. I don't like that brush. I'm getting to the point I just said I don't like this brush, and I don't like how it handles. So that is a fun thing for me to learn. Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm into. I do like this one. I'm looking for this one. I guess that's a round top number 10. That's what I like. And what's the name of the brushes? It is I think that says a regular or something like that. I don't have my readers on, so I'm doomed. So I guess what I can do is actually show you. Can you see that? There you go. Without readers, I can doomed. That's one of the least favorite things about getting old that I've experienced to date for now. It's like, oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to do a cluster in the bottom, like right in here. And let's do this pretty little bad boy right here. Are you with me? What do you think? Did I do it well? What do you think? This is regular watercolor, and I might go in with some gouache here after we get going. I feel like the gouache has more opacity, so it's going to give me a little bit more boom over the top of the underlay. But this will give me shapes, hopefully. Yay, I am appreciating this night. This is so fun. Okay, I have so much of the sticky stuff, the masking fluid there. I'm going to kind of leave that there. I'm going to get this poppy to be just a little bit layers. Probably the wrong color. I should probably do that with a brown. Maybe I'll go over that again. Okay, I like that one there. I think I'm going to change plants. I was going to do cluster here, but I think that they're going to get lost in each other. So I think I'm just going to spread them out just a tad and go ahead and enjoy that they're like that. So if this is... We're going to come in from this. It'll be from this side. So we'll get a little darkness in here. A little dark, a little bit dark. Oh, I just heard myself sing a little bit. Well, thanks for the thumbs up. Would love it if somebody wanted to chat. I don't mind. I'm getting close. This will be the last one. So we're just going to finish this out and say goodnight at the end. But just want to catch. Man, I have poppies growing in my garden out there this year. And I have two kinds. One kind's all done blooming. The other one is still going like crazy, and they're smaller, but they are so hardy. And they actually, for whatever reason, they hold up in a bouquet. I've never had poppies that hold up in a bouquet before. So that is wonderful too. Okay, so we're going to call that good. All right, so I just want to see how some of these things lay down on top. So first of all, let's get this, let's see what a neo color does. You don't need to get those wet. Let's see. All right, they add a little bit there. That's going to be, it's a little bit stiff. What I'm looking for is that electric pop color. Having this there, that gives a little bit of sass in there, but still not quite what I want. I feel like I just kind of took this flower down, so we'll just try to rescue that one. I'm not happy with that. So we're not doing neo colors. Let's see. We put this is the chalk, pastel chalk over. Oh, I do like that, but it's definitely being hard on the paper. So, but I definitely like that. So you want to do it when it's a little bit wet, but that's kind of fun detail. All right, so these seed heads, we could probably hit them with a layer while we're, yeah, look at that. The one thing I do like about painting is I'm very partial to three-dimensional stuff that's three-dimensional looking. I find it super fun to get stuff to pop, you know. And there we go. Yeah, so, okay, so we definitely need, oh, that's good. It makes these fit this flower better. That's cool. I liked that. That was a happy accident. It didn't go, I wasn't going to do that much, but it worked out good. So, yeah, we'll take this and I'm going to do just a random mark or two up here on the side here. Let's pull this in. That's a little bit too like chalky looking. So we're going to see what happens when we get it wet. Let's get that sucker wet. Oh, yeah, that's better. Knocks it back a little bit. It's not my favorite to use that way. Oops, I mixed the red in there. Don't do that. Get that back out of there. And let's hit some, I'm going to do something crazy here. Let's get a little blue. It's going to be over the top of that masking fluid right there. So I'm going to do this over here. This is the blue inspiration from here. That's what we're doing. Let's get some bold. Let's get some bold bad boy going on here. We don't have to do a ton. And I'm kind of liking how it feels like a bit of a border. Like we don't really want to do a border, but to get a little bit of mark making that draws your eye. Let's do more on this side. Make it more vivid. Sometimes I wish that the watercolors and the gouaches would dry the color they are when they're wet. Does anybody know what I mean by that? Yeah, we don't have to be fancy about that. Okay, put some of that blue on these bad boys. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's all right. That one needs a little third color in there, I think, but not this color. So we'll get da, 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 da. Poppies are open on the inside. They make room for their little seed heads to come out. Let's get some dark going in here. Real dark. Let's bring it down. I kind of like that for the center of these. Let's see if we can get little pops of yellow in there too. Pops, when you look at the inside of a poppy, it's so impressive. It's such a cool, they almost look like extra, like they're just so vivid. They're just so different on the inside. It's almost like you, from far away, you like can't, you miss 1,000 details. They're so elaborate. It's almost like sea creatures or something. I don't know. They're kind of interesting. Okay. All right. So I'm going to hit this with the chalk pastels again. And do I want the chalk pastels? I don't think my markers would work across the wet. Yeah, I think I will. Okay. I want to see, I want the yellow to sit at the top. Let's see real quick what it's going to do here. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Ooh, did you guys see that? We are so using that. This comes off almost gloppy. I wonder, I hope this, I'm going to have to like seal this and hope it stays in there but that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted that. I wanted that. That was good. Good, good, good. Yay. I don't like this little guy right here. He doesn't have enough coolness to him yet. That helped. That helped there too. So these are watercolor crayons. And my daughter-in-law got them for me for Mother's Day. So, and I've never really heard of them. I didn't know that was a thing, but they definitely you want to do them on the top. Like they definitely work better on top of other good meaty things. But oh, I forgot. I still have to wait for the Peely Up masking fluid. Okay. This guy looks like he's floating in space, so let's help him a little bit. I don't think I want to add any more red, but I want to make that more. Maybe I can get my gouache out here and go over the chalky a little bit and make it more. Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely. That improved to me. All right, I'm not sure if it's smart for me to try to get that masking fluid off until I let this sit and dry a little bit more. So I might have to disappoint you guys, and you might have to follow me. Maybe I'll show this when we get to a day when we're doing a flip through or something. You guys can watch that. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this, okay, see these? Oh, actually, let's do this color instead. Okay, we're going to do flesh color. We're going to do, hopefully there's not too bad of a reflection off this dish. We're going to do, see the highlights, these little highlights in here? I'm going to try to do some of that. Like, let's hit some highs and lows. Let's get a little edge in there. Kind of like. Oh, I could probably do it on the seed heads too. This has a rim. Do it lightly because ooh, I like that. That was a good decision. Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh, that really helped. All right, over here. What are we doing on this? It'd be the same thing on a little. Oops, we got a little. It's just running away with the paint. It's not even doing it. Oh, I bet you that's the color crayon stuff or the masking fluid. It's like running away. It's just going like a skater skating right across. It's not doing anything. That was the technical term again. All right. Thank you for the likes. We've got a couple of them. Small beans, but it's okay. I kind of do like doing this. I'm not sure quite where I'm supposed to be putting this. Like, I'm not good at the dimension yet. Like, that feels like I just almost made a circle flower right there. Like, I almost should just enhance, right? Like that. What the heck was I just doing? I didn't do that very well. I kind of made a new type of flower in there, but I didn't really want to. All right, I wonder if I should be crazy and hit. Oops, this thing, I do too heavy-handed. I am claw. All right, this is intense. What do we want? We want to make it feel like it's supposed to be there. So can we have a bloom next, like a bud next to a bloom that almost looks like roses instead of kind of changing the shape? Okay, I'm going for broke, people. You saw it. It went sideways. We didn't have the freedom to keep it a poppy, so now it's a rose. Changed it up. Actually don't mind that color contrast, but it's not done yet. It's definitely in its ugly phase. Fugly ugly phase. Let's do this. Oh, that's intense. Need some. I'm in gouache up here. That was gouache. We definitely, oh, it's not painting over the pastel very well. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Interesting. I kind of like that effect. Yeah, look at that. What do you guys think? Did you see that? Did you see how the pastel chalk? You would think that it would go over a pastel chalk, but it doesn't. Well, I like that better. We popped it out of there a little bit. Okay, so, all right, you guys see what I was after there. We're changed the flower color. We try to make it look different. My water is so dark at the minute. That's not the color I wanted, but not pretty over there. What do we want to do? All right, let's try this little bad boy. Knocks that back a little bit. My paper is starting to suffer. All right, I think I need to just bail on that. That might be officially overworked, but let's get some rose texture in here, like rose flower petals. I think this is more browny gray than I want, but to get it a little bit different than the rest. Okay. Get a little bit on here. Okay. Not my favorite move, that last one, but we got it done. I need to do pastel with paint over the top. This is wild. Okay. Let's do, remember how these were cool? Because they sat on top. Let's do the white and the purple and the pink. Because this definitely needs at least 10 more coats of paint, right? All right, yep. It is not going on the wet super great. Okay, so that doesn't work. It doesn't go on the wet. All right, so what we are going to do though is we're going to use this. Let's see something real quick. Oh, we're going to use this. We're going to use white, pure white. Let's see, pure white, pure white, pure white. Don't want that pen, that one. Let's do this squared off brush. This might be a third of another fresh water here. I set myself up for success last time, didn't I? Good job. All right. We're going to hit this rose like we know what we're doing, even though we don't because I don't have a reference. But we're going to hit some highlights in there. Oops. I'm bringing the pink right into my dish because that's what we are doing here. Oh, I definitely like that better. That gives it a little bit of a natural look there, huh? So we can do little highlights there. Yes. Okay, I'll take that. All right. So The one thing I wish I almost wish I had the same thing in black, because everybody says don't use black, but I'm like, oh gosh, I just love the contrast of it. So we're gonna try this. Okay, this could be doomish. There's another. So everybody take a look, because this is decent at the minute, but I could ruin it real fast. So, oh, this one isn't even open. We're gonna try for just a couple, like if you consider the white highlights, do you consider black lowlights? I don't know, but I'm just gonna dab. We're not gonna do a ton. We're gonna use this blade. We're gonna do some around the centers of these, which we have that watercolor stuff. What I'm looking for is that contrast, right? Ooh, I think I'm happy with that. I'll do a little bit of intenseness on this rosebud. All right, I think that might be all that I'm gonna do. I always love a texture, so I know that's not everybody's thing. They're not even paying attention to that, but I love it when it's like afterwards, when it's a little bit more. Little squiggles everywhere. All right, I think it's about time for me to go. My contacts are sticking, so that means it's past my bedtime and it's time to get my contacts out. Would you guys mind hitting the like button and sending me off with some good happiness? All right. I have to wait till tomorrow to peel off the masking fluid. I'm not going to try. Actually, maybe that's not right. Maybe you're supposed to do masking fluid before it dries too long. So let's see. Oh, my finger. Let's get my hands clean. I just rubbed dirt all over there. So, okay. Are we close here? Yeah, we're doing okay here. Okay. We got them clean enough. That's what the pastels do to you. They get you. All right. So now let's try to rub. I kind of like peeling this stuff off. Did anybody else do the glue all over your hands when you were in a grade school and peel it off? Like the things we did when we actually knew what boredom was, do I give my age away by saying that? Okay, careful done. We got to make sure that wherever I peel off is already dry and I save the wet bits for later. But that definitely added some white. I guess I didn't have to add as much white highlight if I have masking fluid to bring me back down. Oh, and this I put over the top of the baby blue too, so it might actually be more blue under there then. Ooh, that was kind of satisfying. Did you guys hear that noise? Peel it up. Peel it up, peel it up. Oh, that almost looks like a white flower. It's almost the right shape for a flower head there. Okay, that one off. There's one on there, and I'm not going to do that one at the minute. Let's do this one. Let's see if we can. It's over the top of this flower. I wonder if that will help. Oh, it's very not dry, so we got to wait. All right, I think I'm going to hold steady on that because honestly, if it actually stayed on there, it's not so bad. I wonder if masking fluid is sticky when it's dry. Oh, I still have to do something. I can't finish yet. Let's see. I need the leaves in here are not like they're floating. I need to have more leafage, foliage to anchor my flowers down in, and then we'll be done. I can't leave it. I can't leave it. We need some of this goodness in here. And down in here, I tried earlier with the chalks, but they didn't have the right green, did they? So they just need to not look like they're hovering. Oh, I just went over my white strip there. You guys saw it. I did a mistake. That was accident. Well, maybe it'll work out for my good later. So this leaf over here, I might be able to ink, do some black ink on and like make a leaf shape when it dries tomorrow or the next day when I get in here. All right, so tomorrow I got to get up and get started on book edits and deadlines again, because that's what this is for me to be balanced and have a little play in the midst of my journey as an author. The writing projects take so much time and they're so long in the making. And I have a book coming out next May and we're still working on it. We've been working on it for a year already. So just takes time, takes time. And I am okay with that time. I just want to, all right. Pop that out a little bit. Okay, I think I better be done. I'm starting to muddy it up a little bit. Yeah, we give that some form. Okay, that's actually that makes me happy a little bit better. It's not hanging out there super much. Let's get this opaque over the top. That's not dark enough there. Now I muddied that up. Good. Let's see. Come on now. Get green. There we go. All right. A little bit messy over here. I think I might wait for this to dry and fuss another layer another time. But I'm good for now. So I'm going to remind you that we did this little guy and this little guy. They're fun after you've let them sit for a minute. It's so intense, it's so vivid. I don't know. I think those are gorgeous. So I think I'm done for the night. I'm going to clean up tomorrow. I'm not even going to let myself clean up tonight. I'm just going to play. You guys have an enjoyable night. Thank you again for the thumbs up and playing with me. I'll see you on the next one. There will be more. I never tell you guys when they're coming because I don't know when they're coming. But I can say goodbye. I appreciate it. Thanks for cheering me on.